Happy New Year's. This is Sheila with Stamping Wishes and welcome to my studio. Today we're going to be making a card that was made or designed by Don Griffith. It's called a pendulum card, and I thought what a cute card this would make with our new ladybug stamp that you can earn through celebrations. So let's get started. Okay, you're going to need a piece of cardstock. So I'm starting off with an 8.5 by 11, and what I like to do, because usually I make more than one card, is I like to come over and score my cardstock first. So I'm going to come in at 4 1/4 and score it, and then I'm going to bring it to 5. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it to my 5 1/2, and we're going to go ahead and cut it. And so now I have 2 cardstocks ready to be used. See? Beautiful. This is a nice way to do it, and you can do that in any scoring pattern depending on the direction you want your card to be. Alright, so our next piece that we're going to need, which is one of our layers, we're going to cut it at 4 inches. I'm taking a kind of a scrap of my real red, and we're going to cut it at 5 1/4. Alright, so we'll set that aside. Alright, the next 2 pieces I went ahead and cut ahead of time so I didn't have to bring the Big Shot in. And I'm using our stitch rectangular dies. And here I used the 3rd one. That one would have been for the black, as you can see right here. And then in the white, I've already got it set up in my Stamparatus, was done with the one down below it, which would be 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one would be the white. So that's how I did my 2 layers. Now, something you might want to keep in mind, my particular, I don't know if it's my Big Shot, probably so, or my sandwich piece, causes these stitches a lot of times to stick, and it leaves little, what I call little nit bits on the side, which I don't care for. So this time I used wax paper with it, and I got a beautiful imprint with my stitches, much cleaner than if I didn't use wax paper. So from now on, that's what I'm going to be using with mine. So I think we can move this aside for right now. And let's go ahead and get our stamping done so that that can be drying while we work on some of our other mechanism. And let me bring our stamp set in. This is the one we're using, the little ladybug, and as I mentioned, this one can't be purchased, but it can be earned. So if you're right now, we should be on the 3rd. This is the 1st, but on the 3rd we'll start our celebration season, which is one of my favorites, and you're going to see this little ladybug. This to me is a must for your stamp collections. It is just precious, and so many things that you can do with it. Okay, so what we're using is the flower, we're using the flying ladybug, and we're using the happy birthday. Alright, so I've set it up on my Stamparatus because I want it, as I'll show you here, I want it kind of lower so that my ladybug will do a pendulum type movement up on top. So I want to leave enough space, so you put that down below a little bit, and then I put my happy birthday with it. And then over here, I went ahead and put up my ladybug so I can go ahead using my Stamparatus. If I have to restamp any parts of it, I can do that by having them all together. I can restamp what I need to get a nice, clear, bright stamp going on. Let me move that. I see a little piece of fuzz there. I don't want to get on my... There we go. Clean that off. Make sure that I have this in stamping range. I had my craft room becomes my large entertainment room when we have family over for the holidays, and we had about 17 people at the table. So I had 3 tables set up in here to accommodate everyone, and of course my camera equipment, everything gets moved from my standard craft area, so I have to redo everything. So hopefully I'm in range because I had to reset up my camera. I think those look great, so we're going to stop there with it, and then like I said, we'll set it aside where it has time to dry, and then we will start working on our layering of our card and some of the mechanism parts that we want to do with it. Okay, so let's move this off. and move a little ladybug off. Okay, set that aside for right now. All right, so next we're going to take our card base, and because we're going to have it opening this direction, I didn't cut me an inside, which we can go ahead and do real quick, which will be 4 by 5 1/4 for an inside greeting. And what I may do is leave it, because I'm not real sure what I want to put there as my greeting, depending on who I'm sending it to. So I will just go ahead and cut me a piece so I have it available when I need it. And I'll probably stamp one of the little ladybugs or some kind of design on it so you kind of get an idea, and then I can do the rest later. All right, so let's go ahead and take our next piece, which we cut. And remember that this was 4 1/4 by I'm sorry, it was 8 1/2 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/4 and then cut it at 5 1/2. So we want to go ahead and use our bone folder and get a good crease on this. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere this layer on. Now some of our layers will be done with dimensional, so I'm layering what I can layer without coloring and getting the rest of my pieces together. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll put that on there. Okay, so our next piece to get our mechanism for the pendulum, we're going to bring in that stitched rectangle, and remember this one was the third one from the outside, and we're going to bring in our classic die punch. And we're going to just come in here, and you can, you know, if it's easier for you to do it this way, go ahead and do that way. Remember, you need to keep it. You can either kind of come into it this way, or you can come into it this way, whichever you'd like to do. Just remember that you are going to have a border, which is the little, this one, that's going to be over it. You do need that little insert piece because that's going to become your pendulum. So let's go ahead, and what I like to do is kind of dry fit everything into place to see how it's going to go. See how that covers and you don't even see it. And we're going to have the pendulum here, and then of course we'll have this sitting here. Now you have to remember you can't let your little ladybug, which will be, we can go ahead and punch it out. I'm using the 2-inch circle. I usually color and then punch, but so that you get the idea, I'm going to go ahead and punch all my pieces out. Okay, there she is. That's our 2-inch punch. And then we have our starburst punch, which I have a scrap of black, and I'm just going to come in here and punch it as well. Okay. Let's put that aside. So this one will be sitting, once this is colored and adhered, will be sitting up here. So I can put, I want it to look like she's flying from over here and then landing over here. So there's different ways that I could set this up. I can set it up, and because it is a pendulum, and then what it'll do is move over to this side. Okay, so I don't want it much higher than this, right about where my red is. And in measurements, let's take this apart. That would be, let me go ahead and straighten it out. That would be about 3/4 inch. So you might want to keep that one in mind. Okay, so I'm going to bring my piercing mat in, and then my tool, and I'm going to go ahead and pierce a item here. I am using some of our retired of our brads. I keep all my brads handy and using it, and then you just want to open it up, and you can use any of our metallics, anything that's in currently right now. I'm just using this because I happen to have it. Okay, and so now our pendulum works this way. Now I have to test it out because I didn't put it in the center, and usually I do try and put it in the center, and I want to see if this is going to go over enough, or do I need to readjust it. And actually, see, this kind of flies off. I kind of like that right where it is. It's doing what I want it to do, okay? So we're gonna leave this off, and now we can get to our coloring. Now, if we wanted to, we could go ahead and put our dimensionals, and we can. Let me go ahead and get our, I'm gonna be using our black dimensionals if I have them handy. Here we go. And this particular one, because it's the inside of it, you don't need to worry about where your dimensionals are because of the fact that your pendulum's on the other side. Now when we get ready to do the white one, we have to be careful of where we put our dimensionals so that it doesn't keep the pendulum from doing what you want it to do, okay? So I think that's enough there. Well, maybe one more here just for support, and one there just for the support of that going up and down. Okay, and we'll set this to the side because I don't want to attach anything just yet, and we'll set that to the side. Now, I am going to speed up during the coloring, but I will tell you what colors I'm using for our coloring today. We are using the dark Mango Melody and the light. We're using both the dark and light of the Poppy Parade, and we're using both the light and the dark of the black. Okay, so at this time I'm going to go ahead and speed it up and start my coloring. All right, so we've got our coloring done, and as you notice when I was coloring, I used the dark and the shaded areas and then came back with my light, and then I had forgotten my Granny Apple Greens, so I went ahead and got those and added them to it. So now we can go ahead and start our assembly. Let's go ahead and get our ladybug onto her platform, which is the Starburst brush punch on black cardstock. So let's get her there. Okay, and then we want to layer onto our mechanism this piece here, so we're going to go ahead and use some more. And remember, the pendulum is coming across here, so I want to make sure that I don't impede it by putting my dimensionals too high up. So I'm going to start down about here. And I prefer to use more dimensionals than not enough for the mere reason that I want it to stay supported and not go down. You know, for example, if you don't have a good support of your dimensionals, then in some areas it might dip your cardstock and stuff. So this will help support it and keep it a nice firm piece going on. Okay. So let's go ahead and place this, and again I don't want to impede my mechanism, so let me make sure that's kind of this way, and then try and get it centered here. That looks good there. Okay, so remember that we our little ladybug's going to be over here and then flying off like so. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're placing this to give yourself enough room. So even if in this case, I'm going to go ahead and move it down just a little bit and bring it into this area. Now using my miniature black glue dots, I'm going to go ahead and place one of the glue dots here first, and then remove it, okay? And then we can, at her further side here is where I'd like to see her centered. So here she is flying on the flower, and then here she is flying away from the flower. Okay, so that's how you do it. Now you can put your pendulum in the center and she would go back and forth like that, but I wanted the sensation that she's flying off, so you can do this with her. Okay, now another thing, if you want this to be a mechanism as well, if you will, before you layer this, put you another, if you want to, right before you attach your backing to this, if you wanted this one to kind of move around too and make it kind of a double mechanism, you could take one of your brads instead of a dimensional here, and I would double though my piece. Whenever I cut this, I would cut two of them and glue them together, give it sturdiness if you're going to have two mechanism running. And this way, if you wanted to, as you're coming this way, you could move it different ways like so. Okay, but this way you're kind of you're limited to whatever this pendulum does right here. All right, so that's our pendulum for the outside of it. Here's the other one that I had made. This was made in our class recently, and as you can see, I did one as a thank you and one as a happy birthday. And then for your center, whatever you want to place in there. Like I said, at this point, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I will definitely use some of the decorative stamps. For example, I think this would just be precious down at the bottom here, and then even maybe one of these here with, hey lady, happy birthday inside. Perfect. All right. So until next time, Happy New Year's again. Have a blessed day and happy creating.